Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Love Queendom. This is a space of love and joy and peace and abundance and all the good things. And here at The Love Queendom, we talk about spiritual ascension and how to create your own reality. And on today's episode, I want to talk about how your emotions are creating your reality. Now, if you have spent any time in the spiritual community, one of the things that you'll hear repeated a lot is how our emotions are powerful and we have the power to create things with our emotions. I've seen things that kind of talk about how if human beings knew the power of their emotions, we would be too powerful. And so they hide this information from us and all of these kind of things, right? And all of these things are true. But I think even within the spiritual community, I don't really see a lot of people who really understand exactly how this works from, let's say, a metaphysical perspective. So that's kind of what I want to explain in this video, particularly as it ties into reality creation, because that's another big focus of this platform. So basically, how it works is that your body obviously has the ability to produce emotions, right? And these emotions get triggered inside of you from your mind. From thoughts that come into your mind and experiences that you have in your life, right? These experiences could be in your day-to-day life. They could be experiences that you had growing up, or they could be experiences that you're imagining and thinking about happening in the future, both positive or negative, okay? Now, here's the thing. When your mind has these thoughts and comes up with these imaginary scenarios, whether they are real things that happened to you in the past or things you're imagining in the future, the emotions that come from those thoughts produce an energy, okay? The emotions actually have energy. And so what happens is that your dominant thoughts create a dominant energy that your vessel essentially resides in. And when I say your vessel, I'm referring to your physical body. So what happens is if you are constantly having thoughts of fear, anxiety, worry, stress, things like that, you are emitting emotions in your body akin to those thoughts, right? And those feelings. And then your body stays in that energy. And because your energy is what is producing the reality that you're living, and your reality is the events that are unfolding for you in your day-to-day life, moment by moment, okay? If you're staying stuck in these, low energies, you're going to see and feel and find in your life that you are constantly having more of experiences that produce those emotions, right? More experiences that produce stress, more experiences that produce worry, more experiences that produce anxiety, etc., and on and on and on, right? And then what people who are in these energies try to do to escape them is, because they don't understand that it's actually their lack of control over their mind and their dominant mental state that is producing these emotions and keeping them in these low energies. They try to run from these energies by chasing pleasurable experiences in their physical environment. And this is also what causes people to form addictions, because you are trying to run away from your dominant energy instead of just changing your dominant energy, which would essentially start changing your reality, right? So you have people who are living in these low-level realities because they are in low-level emotions, low vibrational energies, and then they try to run away from those energies by seeking pleasure through partying, drinking, drugs, sex, shopping, traveling, anything that sort of gives you a high, gives you a good feeling in your body, although those feelings are temporary and they don't last, right? This is what people who are in low energies, they get stuck in these cycles, right? Because you're trying to not feel these low energies, but you're not understanding that the way to get out of these low energies is to actually work on your dominant thoughts in your mind so that you pull yourself up into a higher energy, a better frequency. And then the way that your life begins to unfold from that point on is more positive. And then when you are in a feeling state, a dominant feeling state that is more positive and that feels good, you don't have the same cravings and desires for pleasure seeking that people who are in lower vibrational energies tend to have, right? And so all of these desires for external pleasures, like, partying, drinking, drugs, all of that type of escapism kind of stuff, you don't really need it anymore, because you feel good now. You feel good all the time. So what am I chasing a high for, And it's very profound when you actually begin to do this work and see and feel the results for yourself, okay? And so when people say that our emotions have power, this is the power of our emotions, okay? Because whatever emotions that you kind of rile up in your body on a dominant basis, that is the energy that you're going to be in. And that is the energy from which your personal reality is going to be unfolding. So if you want to control your reality, you have to control your emotions. And the way that you control your emotions is by controlling what is going into your mind on a regular basis, okay? The thoughts that you're having in your mind. Now, what a lot of people think in terms of controlling your thoughts, we've all heard things like Think and Grow Rich and whatever, right? Because humanity right now is in such a low vibrational frequency, I will say that in my personal opinion, I don't think you can just think your way out of it, right? Using your conscious mind to just think your way out of it. You actually need to employ and engage in very aggressive, what I call consciousness clearing. That's what I'm going to be calling it from here on out, okay? Consciousness clearing. Why? You have to clear out the lingering things that are in your mind, in your consciousness, that are holding you stuck in these lower frequency energies. And you do that by pumping your mind with positive thoughts and positive beliefs. Because remember, your thoughts and your beliefs, the dominant ones that you are constantly floating around in your mind, those produce emotions inside of your body, and those emotions produce energy, and this is the dominant energy that you're in. So if you can start from the source, which is your thoughts, pumping your mind with positive thoughts all day long while you're sleeping, and it gets stored in your subconscious mind, which is running on autopilot in the background, while you're awake, while you're sleeping, it's running 24/7. If what you put in there is positive stuff, then you will be inevitably in a positive energy. And then inevitably, the reality that you are in will be positive. So this is a very obviously oversimplified way of explaining this, but this is essentially the science, okay, behind how our emotions are controlling our reality, and what you can do in order to better control your emotional state, to better control your reality. And the last thing I'll say actually is that, once you start pulling yourself up into these higher vibrational energies because you're not running low-level programs in your mind that are keeping you in lower energies, You'll also find that when you do feel or experience, let's say, negative thoughts or which produce negative emotions, the emotions don't feel as harsh or as intense, right? Because when you are dominantly in a positive energy, a little bit of negativity isn't going to throw you off, right? It's just, you're not going to feel it that much. You'll feel okay. You'll feel it, but it's not going to be this kind of like overwhelming, emotional turmoil that you can't control, that you need to escape from, right? You can just feel, oh, okay, this is not the most pleasant thing, and allow it to dissipate because your dominant emotional state is positive. So generally you're feeling good. So I'll end things here. Hopefully this video made sense. If you have any questions and you're watching this on YouTube, please feel free to leave in the comments or send me an email. And I will see you guys in the next episode.